Hello and welcome back to our Let's Talk About series. So in today's episode we're going to talk about the Mayans, which is a civ which has been annoying me for the longest time. I had a Let's Play, I played this, went to edition, it was sort of reasonably nice setup where I had like Denmark as neighbors and Japan, and in the end I couldn't win it, I lost. And even playing offline, I seem to struggle with the Mayans. And I've got an idea why that is, and I've been thinking about it quite a bit and in preparation for this video. Let's have a look at the unique ability first. It's really unique. It's after researching mathematics, you get a bonus grade person every 400 years, and you get every person only once. Straight off, you can't get a great profit until you founded a religion, so you can't say at the first cycle get a great profit, found a religion with that. Doesn't work like that. It's got a badass composite bow replacement. They changed things around. It used to be the bowman of Babylon that had indirect fire. They gave it to this guy, and indirect fire is it's one of, well, they're actually taking it out of the game as a promotion for the archery line. You can shoot over hills. What more can I say? You can hide those. Just watch this game. Watch this game. What should I talk about it? I'll show you. Unique tile improvement. The Kuna, 2 faith, 1 science. But when we research mathematics, we don't just start this thing here. We also get another 2 science to this thing. It's amazing. So it's actually a pretty cool sort of toys you get, and somehow it's still difficult to make it work. Let's have a look. I've got a starting location, and I re-rolled this about 20 times, because as per call we got a jungle forest bias, and invariably you get like dyes or cinnamon or citrus as your luxury, and I think therein lies the problem of trying to make this work. Where do we start? Let's have a look at the tech tree. The things you want construction to get the kunas, and you want to reach mathematics as quickly as possible to start this Mayan long cycle count, and because your kunas get +2 science. So already that thing is much better than the library. This is the correct library, that's the library here. So you can actually bypass writing in the beginning. You can go for this. Now one thing, if you start with those calendar, herbalist thing, luxuries that I just mentioned, it's just so slow getting there. You have to get trapping. You need this thing if you got a jungle-based luxury to chop the thing, and then you need to get calendar, and then start chopping the jungle. If you get a forest, you even need to get mining, and only after that can you start on your luxuries. But in actual fact, you actually want to be down here, right? Because you want to get those things, and in between you have to pick up pottery, because you want to settle some more cities, right? So, and getting back to the terrain, usually, let's hover over that tile here. You see up there in the jungle, right? You got no production, and that is another problem, right? You get like a jungle or forest-based luxury, and you got no production because usually, because of your starting bias, you're surrounded by this shit, you got no production. And it makes for an awful slow start. So here I've been re-rolling, and I didn't actually know what I was looking for. But eventually I came up with this map, and I had gems here. And I thought, wow, that's cool. That is production. Because that's going to be the thing I'll be missing. So now I can go mining, and then I go pottery because I want to get out settlers. And then we can go for either of those two. Maybe this one, you might have some of those resources here. Get the wheel, get construction, and then go into mathematics. And that way you can get your unique tile improvement with the 5th tick, and you're not falling behind in stuff because you get the production from mining from your gems. So you can found on here. You get a 3-in-1 tile, and that is fine. And you can start shrine, monument. And I've also been thinking about this a little bit more. I played the Mayans as a tradition civ, but you don't have to. In fact, I think you can do it any which way you like. So more in a second. So here we are. I just moved on a little bit in the game. So actually, even though those are not Let's Plays, the preparation for these half-hour episodes is actually quite a bit longer than a Let's Play. So I'm doing this in between playing my Deity Russia game, which I'm still recording up until the Saturday before I leave for my holidays. So here we are for our policy choice. Now, I've explored quite a bit of land here, and we've got a lot of land, and we've got Askia as our neighbor. Wonderful, isn't it? And just for once, I'm not scared of the guy, and you will see a little bit later why that is. Now, as for the policies, you could go tradition. If you want to go tradition, you need a lot of food for one. But you're not... you're getting some great people, alright. Do you have as much in your locker as, say, Poland, as Egypt, as Arabia? In terms of great people, Austria, through the coffee house, I think, gives extra. So I'm not entirely sure. And then it's all about the kunas. And usually when you play tradition, you're gonna have a lot of great personal improvements. But if you want to work the kunas, that's also more tiles you want to work, but they don't give you production. So you have to work those tiles, and you have to work production tiles, and then if you also have great people improvements on top of that, it's already becoming a little bit difficult. The kunas you can't place next to each other, so you can have one, say, down here, then the next one here, one here, one there, I don't know, there. So you can play progress. You can work like 2 or 3 of those maybe, and then work the rest production tiles and maybe a specialist. Here, because we got a lot of land, I think we might want to spread out, limit our city population to 7, 8 at the beginning, maybe 10, 12 later, sort of depending on happiness and things. But you can also go authority. It's sort of a little bit similar in as progress, as you limit the size of your cities. But you can use that unique composite bow. If you get range in that thing and you get indirect fire, you can have 10, 12 of those guys, and no matter what happens, you will shoot the shit out of everyone, including the Songhai. And because you got indirect fire, you can shoot almost every turn. So you keep getting XP, and eventually you're going to get logistics, or you might even go the logistics route with some of them immediately. Get your logistics and get 2 hits, and then you're going to get up to range reasonably quickly as well. In this game I went progress. That sort of revealed the next few things. I think I wanted to carry on playing here just for a couple of turns, because we get the next policy almost immediately. We've got mining, we've got pottery, animal husbandry. We go into construction now, as I mentioned before. You got a pathfinder. And cool, okay, let's get on that. I wanted to show you something else. It's coming up with the next policy. And here we get culture. And now in this game, I did something which I don't normally do. Usually I go down the left-hand side. And this one, free production every city, is amazing. And then I want to get to this one as quickly as possible because I don't want to miss out on any of the 10 culture for the buildings. It's the quickest way of getting through this tree in total. But here in this game, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles I can improve immediately, I decided to get my worker first. I'm missing out on the free production, but the free gold is, you could say it's equal to 1.5 production. And I get a worker instantly. And tile improvement speed is plus 25%. And I even paid for another worker immediately after. I got 2 workers going in order to get through all this stuff here as quickly as possible. So carrying on, we got our Pantheon turn 31, which is sort of reasonable. It's not late, but... And... Oh, hang on a second. Okay, so here I've got to apologize because I played a couple of... I tried to prepare... I prepared one game and sort of I wasn't happy with it, and then just a second ago I loaded the wrong save file, and there are actually quite a few of them. As I said, it took a little bit of time preparing for this. The Pantheon here, I took the one that gives culture and faith for mines, and also more faith and production for monuments. That worked pretty well in this game. I didn't just have gems, but I also had quite a few iron resources here. So in this game we just discovered mathematics, and now I'm getting a trade here for a trade route. But I still want to talk about what happens after mathematics now, because see, we got a corner up here, see, just above the city here. So it's a 3 feet 2 tall, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But imagine you work like 4 of those, and you got a lot of food, a lot of science, a lot of faith, and no production. So that's why when I actually saw this map here with the gems, there's a lot of hammers, there is gold and culture. I thought this might be the way to go about it. We got, what is that all about here? Oh yeah, I tried that because we got muffs, we got our unique composite bow. But when I did that, when I prepared the game, I actually gave us a spearman, so this time we're just gonna take an extra pop here. Those are the guys, you probably have seen them. And as I said, you can shoot over hills and things. It's really, really cool. And as I said, playing progress, I'm having a lot of space. I do want to spread out a bit. Also sort of discovering a lot of things that works out. Yeah, here I've got production, but I'm sort of missing those things now. So I get the food and more science. And as I said, this thing's got the same size as a same science as a university. So it's pretty cool. I think I had to play 2 or 3 turns and then we get the first person. I think it's gonna be in the next turn. Meanwhile, you can't get enough of those guys. And then I'll show you in a little while what you can do with them. Let's just take anything, it's not so important. And there's Elizabeth, hello and goodbye. And yeah, here we are. First of all, we get our policy. So after this, I went over to that side again, and then there is this thing here. It's beautiful for food and science, but we've got enough of that from the Kuna. So it's no point in progressing in the tech tree crazily, and then you can't keep up with the buildings that you need. So I do get this one first. It's plus 50% production towards buildings, and of course you get 10 extra culture for every single building, and because we're quite production heavy and get it to 15% bonus, so we get quite a bit of culture. And then you come up to the first person, and here, so you can do a lot of things. For one, you can have a look if you got a quest for something. Here we've got in fact a quest for a great general, but we're gonna get him anyway. You can have a look, sort of depending on your terrain, you might say, oh, capital X production, maybe you haven't got gems. Get an engineer out. Production in the beginning is always good. A great merchant, it's not bad at all. You put him down, get a town, 3 food, 3 hammers, 8 gold. I experimented with that in this game. You can also get a great scientist and put on an academy. If you're not unhappy with your culture, you can get an artist or a writer or a musician. You could get an embassy somewhere. You know, I mean, up to this point, you can do anything. You can progress, you can go into authority, you can go into artistry if you like. You can go into statecraft if you got a lot of buildings, got good production. If you can get a lot of money going, you can send out envoys and things and try to play the game this way. Everything's possible, so... But just think about your strategy. I don't think there's a strategy that is best. Or maybe you just play the violent game as the Songhai and you want to play a peaceful game. You just experiment, right? Do anything you like. As the musician, first of all, you gotta make sure you got slots for those great guys. Get a great work of music. You haven't got a slot for it, that would be pretty bad. I think in this game, I sort of, just for the fun of it, I wanted to see what the yields are on the Great Merchant. So I got him, and I think... Yeah, I'd plant a village here and here. So I'll put a town on this tower here. And I got like 2 gold to production. And no, 3 food, 3 production, 8 gold. It's a pretty good tile to work. Sometimes people sort of forget about great merchants and they can be useful. So I'm gonna have one more thing for you, and that'll be just a bit of fun. Okay, so this is the final one I'm gonna show you. You can do a lot of things, and you even don't have to be afraid of somebody as mighty as the Songhai. Here we're actually not even finished yet. We've got some of those guys on the way over, but even so, you could at any time take the authority opener. You don't have to carry on here. You might take the authority opener and just milk this situation here. And those guys are also, they're actually quite tough. Where is one here? They got 13 combat strength. They got more combat strength than the spearman. And so it's just a little bit insane. Even and your spearmen at this point are enough, and the Songhai are just aggressive. If you declare on them, they're gonna come running. Sure as X is X. Here's my town, by the way. So it's a pretty good town. You can live with that. Food production in gold. 14 yields. And then you might wanna, if you wanna micromanage it, try to get your religion before the second great person. Because after you founded your religion, then you can take a profit and you could enhance immediately. You don't have to, because usually you go for building and it'll be a while before you get all those, and then if there's something you desperately want, you might want to enhance immediately and then just secure maybe another building or something you definitely want to have. So, and then as I said, as for strategy, have a look around the map, see what you want to do. You got the Songhai as your neighbor. They're gonna attack you anyhow. They haven't got another neighbor. We discovered England somewhere, but I don't know where they are. So no matter what you do, they will always attack you. So what's best? Attack them first. Declare on them, make them come. Get those guys experience. Get logistics. Somebody can sit in here and shoot twice every turn, or here. They got a river movement, but even so, you're gonna stop them here somewhere. You could have a citadel somewhere. There's like choke points here everywhere. In this game, I'd be tempted to go authority. I might lose it again. But then you got some really soft guys up here. You got Siam, you got Polynesia, you can easily conquer them. If you had maybe Polynesia on that side here, you could try for a Diplo thing. I mean, look at the space you still got. I've got 4 cities here. There's going to be another one down here somewhere. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 maybe. You can have as many as you like. And you can send out diplomats from everywhere. You could also see if you got like... if you had some food halls, a lot of food halls somewhere, you could even sort of go into artistry, spread out your guilds a bit, get some cities that sort of, like for example down here, you could have a city somewhere here and work the fish and build kunas for food, and then you can work 2 guilds at least, I guess. So anyhow, and it's sort of, it makes it just a little bit difficult because there's no clear plan for the Mayans, I think. The first thing is to overcome sort of the initial stuff, mapping out your ticks, and then you really have to formulate a strategy, and then adjust your tick path accordingly, right? If you, like in this game, I'll probably carry on down here. You can go to steel before education because you got the kunas. You can work quite a few of them, and even steel, and the armory's got 2 assigns as well. So I would probably go all the way to machinery, stay in the military stuff, then pick up education, then go gunpowder. And yes, at the latest with gunpowder, you should be able to conquer the Songhai. Never mind them having the Monte Carlos. They're good, they're strong, they have got a river movement, but they can't one-shot a longsword or something, so you get a few of those. Might give them what's my promotion to be sort of tougher in have a defensive bonus, and then you just take your indirect fire guys and shoot the shit out of them. If you sort of got a peaceful neighbor, and if you want to diplo stuff, you might want to have you're beelining mathematics anyway, so you could have a go at the Roman Forum to get the free crit diplomat, and then stay up here, get your chancelleries. Might go into civil service. And even so, I mean, still not guaranteed that you win the game. It's a sort of, the Might is sort of it's a difficult civ to play because you haven't got a plan. You have got those great people, but not much else in your locker. And the best thing really is those guys. I think they're quite OP. It's not so easy to make them work. So if you had like lots of flatland, grassland, or plains here, then you couldn't do that, right? You couldn't just declare an assault and just they come from all sides and just slaughter you. But here you can. So you also have to take the map into consideration. Even if you want to use them, guys, they're best suited to a certain terrain because of their unique skill, the indirect fire. So, what do you guys think? Thanks for watching. All the best until next time. Bye bye.